The following announcement has been paid for by the New World Order.
What up, what up, what up? It's your boy UAG back in the building. And thank you, everybody. Adam, Billy, what's good? We are here brought to you by our people over there at Manscaped. Make sure you use the promo code WRP to get yourself a little discount and make sure those balls are nice and smooth. But with that being said, let me bring my brother from another mother onto the show because we're going to have a busy one today. What's going on, brother?
Yo.
Listen.
We got no whips and chains. Can't stop me down. I love that music, man. It's a jam.
I know. That's why I keep it on there. What up, Chris? Man.
What up, Chris?
Appreciate the hat. I'm repping the city today. I'm repping the city, Charlotte, baby. Don't be mad, bro.
Hey man, I'm the only person living in the state where only championships we got is baseball and what's that? Baseball and soccer. So we good.
You got baseball. You also got a national championship a couple of years ago, like the football team.
We got two back. We got two. We hit the back to back, so it was all good. We got cheated out of this year, but it's okay.
What's the beverage of choice tonight?
Bro, if I tell y'all the truth, man, I'm about to get the young lady to bring me something up off the bar that she just want, because I just walked in from the JOB, pulled in 13 hours, so I'm here with y'all.
And you're here with us.
Yes, sir.
That's what's up. Today,
what's happening?
There is no adult beverage today, but
no. I'm gonna get an adult beverage.
No, I'm talking for myself. Okay. Today we have Prime, and we're going with the traditional tropical punch, aka fruit punch, because you know how it is. You know how it is, baby.
What's up, Damien? What's happening? So Damien, Chris, Adam, Billy, what's happening? But I have never had a Prime, bro.
Listen, Prime, I'm telling you, it's liquid cocaine in a can. I'm telling you, it's outlawed in Europe, so the heart is pumping. And plus, I just was working out. I had me a Prime earlier too, so this is my second Prime. So if I passed out, you know what happened.
So is it harder than Mountain Dew? Because you know Mountain Dew got banned in a lot of southeastern states, but like in a lot of cities, bro.
Prime is no joke. Listen, it's like equivalent to like I think it was like 5 cans of Coke. That's what they said in the study. So
What?
yeah. It is basically you just pumping the caffeine into your veins. Okay, that's what it is. Now, guys, we started a new tradition here, so we're gonna start it off with what we started off last week. We're going with the what the F moment of the week.
What the F moments?
Yes. So this one is kind of near and dear to me because you know you got kids. What if you heard some crazy ass shit about your kid's school? Okay. Now
I stay in the hood, so I always hear.
No, not like this, bro.
All right.
So, you know, in the middle of the country, you know, over here in Edmond, Oklahoma, they had a fundraiser.
Okay.
The fundraiser, you know, for kids.
Okay.
And I want to show you the video because I can't put into words what happened.
Just do it. Let's see.
Okay.
And to let everybody know, I truly have not seen this. Like
that's why this is why we do this. We do this so you do not. I want your real reaction because when I heard this, I was like, and then I saw the video, and the video is so bad. It's so bad that they blurred out the kids' faces. Okay. Let's put it big screen so you can see. Let's make sure. Let me make sure that I get this close. All right.
This video shows Deer Creek High School students licking toes at a fundraising event Thursday.
It's peanut butter on their toes.
Their faces to hide their identity.
It was surprising. I didn't think they were gonna do all that. I was just shocked. I didn't really have like a feeling. I was like kind of disgusted, but then like kind of glad I wasn't over there. He is devouring them. Whatever she told me yesterday that was happening, I had to ask her like, wait, what? They're licking peanut butter off of toes. What?
The Deer Creek School District confirmed the video with Fox 25.
What?
Saying the students volunteered in challenges to help raise money during their philanthropy week.
I am all for fundraising. And all for
so, are you seeing this? They put peanut butter on adults, not other kids.
Deer Creek Schools says every student who participated signed up for the games.
They signed up for it,
and that no faculty or staff were involved during the assembly.
I don't give a fuck if there was no faculty.
$152,000.
This is crazy.
Raised a lot of money.
Toxin, what's good, my brother? Yeah, Billy. I agree with that.
Yo, yeah, this is some pedophile shit. It's somebody with a fetish.
Like, who? I want to know what adult said. You know what? I want to know what adult said. You know what? I think this is a good idea. I think we're gonna make a lot of money. First of all, there's a lot of kids that have peanut allergies. That's one. But who cares about that? The fact that you putting peanut butter on your feet and letting some kids suck it off.
Hey man, what up, Garage Gamer, man? What's happening, bro?
What up, brother?
Man.
What up?
Hey, look, bro. I'm just gonna keep it 100. That's nasty. I mean,
nasty is not the. First of all, it's nasty. It's perverted. I don't know what the fuck that is.
Let me say this. Let me really frame this, right? Let me frame it because now let's be 100. I don't know in the heat of the moment you done lick some toes. Most people have, right?
I mean, you know,
that's a very private thing to do. That's not some stuff you do. That's like, you know, I was hearing about like
in front of everybody in an auditorium.
Bro, it sounds like somebody who came up with this. I'm gonna tell you like this. I got a homeboy who had a foot fetish, right? I didn't know foot fetish.
It's not me. It's not me. It's not me.
No.
I do have a thing for some ladies in some heels though.
I didn't know foot fetishes were like real like this. Like, dude, like he had like videos of like people like walking and stumping on shit, and like people getting like foot jobs, and I was like, dude, like he had a whole collection of like people just like stepping on weird shit too, like blood bugs and jello and feathers.
See, first of all, how do you know that he did? Like, did he tell you? Like, listen, if I die, I need you to come in my house and make sure you delete all my shit. My kids, my family can't see this shit.
This was back with DVDs and VHS. Like this was like in the 90s, in the early 2000s. Like he had that fetish then, bro. Like when you had to actually go buy this shit. Like
he went. So you remember in the video store with the beads, and you gotta go back to the beads.
The curtain, yeah.
He went into the bead section like, I'm gonna get all these. Let me get all these.
He said, Damien said, Capcom gonna make a foot licking game.
Listen. They saw all that money. They raised over $100,000. That was a lot of kinky ass motherfuckers in there for $100,000.
Now I got a question for all these people who talk about it's bad. Like we see her talking about, we know it's weird, right? Question: who asked her for the money back though? Nobody, right?
First of all, I want if me being a parent, right? And my kid come home and be like this, yo, daddy, I was sucking toes. We made $100,000. I'm like, what? Wait, what you said? What?
Hold up. The question, hold up. It depends on where you from now, though. Because to understand is, well, man, it might be a parent be like, hey, yo, did you say we made $100,000? It sounds like an OnlyFans.
First of all, you're pimping your kid out if you over here like, where that money at? But no, that's fucking gross, bro. There's levels to this, and that's way too much.
Yeah. I'm gonna say that if I went to a rally at my kid's school back in the day, and I went in and I saw somebody doing that, like I'm being honest with you, man. Like I saw like one time I went to like a little cheerleading thing, man. It's like, and they was doing like it looked like an R. Kelly cheerleading event, man. They was like humping and gyrating. Like they was like doing some very sexual looking things. I was like, yo, I put somebody to the side, like. I'm all for some.
I'm uncomfortable.
I'm uncomfortable. Like, how do you like? Because I don't know how to look at it. Because I like to, like look at young ladies as young ladies, right? So when they do stuff like that, how do you like? What do you do? That's horrible. Like, I mean, like I feel bad. Like I don't even want to be in a room anymore, right?
Man, I don't know. I don't know. I raised my mic up because you said I was low. Because I've been noticing, so a couple of friends of mine said, yo, you too loud, bro. So I lowered the mic. So maybe that was it. I raised it back up.
Man, use all that technology you got over there and just turn the knob, bro. There you go.
I turned it up. I turned it up.
So let's get into today's events, man. So let's get into today's events, bro.
So first of we got to start with the story. So my story is, since it's almost around that time, my dad had passed away about almost a year ago. So I was thinking about my dad, and I remember one time we was in a car, and my dad, he's just a very outgoing person, let's say that, and he was waving some chick, and the chick, he got her number, whatever, and he said, son, he used to call me Nicky. He said, Nicky, you know why they call me the Lone Ranger? I said, no. He said, do you know why the Lone Ranger had two guns? I said, nah, what? He said, because the Lone Ranger, he missed with one, he'll shoot with the other. So bang, bang, bang. That's why they call me the Lone Ranger, baby. Because I'll just keep on. I keep on until I hit something. I said, all right. And that always stuck with me. That always stuck with me. He said, the Lone Ranger had two guns. He keep on shooting. He's gonna hit something. He said, sometimes I holler, I don't get it, but I keep on shooting.
Keep on shooting. Hold on, let's see what it say.
That's my story.
Let's say Billy Wright. Some of these parents at these. Hey, dude, I went to one of my homeboys' kids' karate tournament, bro. That's different, bro. Like both of his kids like black belts now, and like it'd be some different stuff going on out there. But all this stuff is weird to me, man. Like it's just weird stuff, man. But so I got a story today too. So I told Nick about this, man. So I'm gonna let y'all know, man. Your boy got. Your boy got. I'm just gonna keep it 100, Mr. Hey, Damien. I needed your help, boy. Mr. Get it right. I needed your help. I got by one and only Amazon. They got me. I went and ordered a monitor. I told Nikki, man, so I was like, here, had the Neo G8, Samsung Neo G8 4K 240 hertz joint. I saw it on sale for $750. I was like, ooh, I gotta get it. Monitor was like $1,500, right? Gotta get it. Ordered it. Got it to the house. Opened up the box. I'm like, oh, what's this? It look a little weird, but it was the monitor. I'm not gonna say what, like they shot me with a brick or something out like a parking lot. You know, it wasn't no brick box, but it was good. So I went and opened it up, plugged it up, man. Monitor looked like Dookie.
You know, it was a person like me that returned that bitch.
Yeah, man. So I called Samsung because first thing they ask is, hey, did you call the manufacturer to see? So I'm thinking maybe it's just software, it need to be updated. And I was like, man, you buy your book on Amazon? Okay. So I was like, okay. So I'm gonna call them. Samsung was like, let's check the serial number. I checked the serial number. They was like, oh, this be still under warranty, Mr. Scott. No problem. So they sent me the little thing for UPS. I sent it back. I'm enjoying it. I'm like, oh man, I'm gonna get good. So I ain't thought nothing else about it. A couple days later, I get a phone call. I'm in the middle of work. I picked it up strange because it came up like no like block call or no like I like spam or something, right? So I don't know what made me pick it up. Pick it up. Hey, Mr. Scott, this is such over at Samsung. I'm like, oh man, this is what's up. I picked the phone up right on time because I probably would have just let it go to voicemail, right? Mm-hmm. Picked the phone up. They said, hey, Mr. Scott, we need to talk to you. I was like, oh, what? It's like, we got a problem, Houston. It's like, we got a problem? What you mean we got a problem? I say, I sent you my money. It's legit. I got receipts. Ain't no problem. She's like, hey, what serial number do you have? I'm like, what you mean what serial number do I have? We went through a whole...
The one I sent you.
The one I sent you. Got pictures, video, everything. It's like, well, Mr. Scott, your serial number don't match the back of the monitor.
Someone did the okie doke to you, boy.
Man, these people done ripped off the doggone paper, the sticker on the back of the monitor, and sent it back, man.
That's definitely a UAG.
I got, bro. I ain't gonna get. I put it like this. I got a good version of the monitor in front of me, and it wasn't because of somebody was nice. It ain't like somebody like it ain't like Amazon was like they go stand up and do the right thing. But I got the right monitor, man.
So you got. You learned a valuable lesson. There are crooks like me. I can't head into okie doke thing. Listen, but God, fixes it. He always fixes it.
Yeah, man. Because I ain't gonna lie, bro. I was I had to pray real hard because I was like, man. I was like, am I gonna shoot the rod to Amazon, or am I gonna be a G, man? Am I gonna keep it godly, or am I gonna get grimy as hell? I was like, somebody gonna get this shitty monitor because it ain't gonna be me. Dude, I got them angels on my shoulder right now. I'm like, good angel, bad angel. I'm trying to figure it out to this day.
But you know what?
Trying to figure it out.
That's the difference between you and me. You got the good and the bad. I got bad and I got worse. Because I'd have been like, nah, man, it ain't gonna be me. It ain't gonna be me. So hot potato. Somebody get this potato.
Yeah.
So those are the stories. You come for the news, but you stay for the stories. Now,
hey, man, what's up? Damien, appreciate you, Damien.
Here we go. I don't want to be the one that said I told you so, bro.
You said
but
it, bro.
I told you so.
You said it, bro.
But I told you so. Because look at here. Let's bring this up. Yuzu you don't pay money unless you're guilty. And they paid $2.4 million of guilty. That's how bad they felt. You know what they were doing? They had a Patreon that said, oh, yo, you can't get your Breath of the Wild working? Don't worry, just pay this Patreon and we'll give you updated versions of the emulator. We're going to get that shit fixed right for you. You ain't going to have to worry about that, baby. Nintendo was like, oh, so you're making close to $30,000 a month in Patreon fixing pirated games, huh? Oh, we got you now because we got you. The ninjas over there, they don't play. They don't play.
Yeah, they broke the rule. You know what the rule is, right?
Money. Whenever they fucking with the money. That's when they're like, oh, gotcha, bitch. And so
if they would have did it for free,
oh, it would have been all good. But money was exchanged. Money was exchanged, and that's why they don't go for everybody.
Yeah.
But if they got you red-handed, then this is it. And the lawyer said, nah, man, we can't help you out here. And this is the statement that they came out. Hello, users and Citron fans. We write to inform you today. To inform you that Yuzu and the Yuzu supporters of Citra are being discontinued, effective immediately. Yuzu and his team have always been against pirating. Sure. We started the project in good faith out of the passion of Nintendo and its consoles and games, and we're not intending to cause harm. But we see now that because of our project, we can circumvent Nintendo's technological protection measures and allows users to play games outside of the authorized hardware. They have led to extensive pirating. In particular, we have been deeply disappointed when users have used our software to leak game content prior to its release and ruining the experience for legitimate purchasers and fans. We have come to the decision that we cannot continue to allow this to occur. Pirating was never our intentions, and we believe that pirating of video games and video game consoles should end. Effective today, we will be pulling our code repositories offline, discontinuing our Patreon accounts and Discord servers, and soon shutting down our websites. We hope our actions will be a small step toward ending piracy of all creators' work. Thank you for the years of support and the understanding of our decision. So that, if that's not admitting guilt, I don't know what is. It sounds like they didn't write that. It sounds like the lawyers over there at Nintendo written that up and said, hey, do us a favor, read this, and you won't go to jail. We'll lower down that price down to $2.4 million. Give us all your shit. Don't bring anything up. And you could see that this is going to be kind of a ripple effect. The other emulator that got shut down was for, I believe, 3DS. However, it was using the same coding that was for Yuzu. So that's how that got locked up as well.
So while you read that, I just did a little search, right?
Mm-hmm.
Barely 12 hours after shutdown of major Nintendo Switch emulator Yuzu, replacements begin to service online immediately.
Yes, and there was one called Suyu, and that got shut down 5 minutes. Literally 5 minutes after it was up. Nintendo don't play. Yeah, there are replacements and whatnot, but would they have a stronghold that like Yuzu had? Probably not. But the beautiful thing about the internet, nothing is ever gone. There's probably 100 places where you could get that emulator. The only bad thing is that it's not going to be updated. So if a new game comes out and there's some securities or something that that's on there, it's probably going to be harder because now the community has to band together to try to get it fixed.
Okay.
Listen, you know that the hustlers are always going to find out a way how to get it done.
Hey, Toxin, you weren't supposed to do that. Toxin, you wasn't supposed to do that.
You can't speak that out loud because then Nintendo knows.
Hey,
Nintendo knows.
I was being quiet. I was like, I mean, and some of them work. Some things work better than others anyway.
Yeah, this is true. This is true. Listen. There's always a way, but when you get in hot water is when you're in. First of all, when you're talking about money, right, and you're talking about modern. This is a console that's still out, that's still making money. That they're not gonna worry about shit that's being done for Super Nintendo, or the Wii. Those are old systems. But when you're talking about modern consoles that are still being producing games and stuff like that,
dude, let me tell you something. You know what I'm pissed off about this whole situation about, bro? Let's keep it 100. Nintendo basically sued Yuzu and said that their game, which played like crap when they brought it out and had a lot of traction because people had been waiting on it forever, but everybody's basically put it down because they got tired of playing it and never finished it, and it sucked. They said they didn't get all these sales because of Yuzu.
I'm gonna let you cook. I got a rebuttal to that.
I'm gonna call bullshit because I'm gonna tell you something. Like I'm literally looking at another major title that's on one of my screens that I got because it wasn't just a single party game, and and everybody went crazy about it. Everybody was talking about how they was waiting on it. It was all this other stuff, and it was great title, AAA title and all this other shit. And I'm just telling you, man, if I would have bought it, I'd have been pissed. I'm just being 100. If I'd have put my money on it, I'd have been pissed. And I know for a fact, and I've done this, so I'm just gonna keep it 100. I have downloaded some content before in the hopes to see how it plays. And when I realized, and like a lot of times you don't get the updates, you don't get the ability to play with others, but you get a chance to play the game. The fact that I liked the game after I downloaded it made me want to go and buy the game. I have done that more than a few times. So I call bullshit because if people who had the consoles really wanted to play the console, wanted to play the game, and it was a good game, and they knew that they were limited by the fact of the updates and all this other stuff, and the playability sucked. Because I'm telling you, it sucked on there. It sucked at first. It sucked for a while. Then they would have went and bought it because they were like, "Oh man, this game is too good for me to just sit around and wait."
Sir, when you go to the movie theater, the most movies make their money the first week it releases.
Oh yeah,
before the reviews are out, stuff like that, they make all their money in the first week. After that, it drops 50%. Another 50%. It has some huge drops. So you're telling me that Nintendo doesn't have the right to be upset that a game that they haven't even released yet comes out weeks before the release of their game, and over 1 million people download and have access to this game and playing it for free and could talk shit about the game and this and that before it comes out, and that doesn't impact their pocket. I mean, you have to understand the amount of money that they put in.
I get it.
Research and development and marketing for their game. That is unfair. If you was a creator of that game, you would be pissed off that somebody's in your pocket taking your money.
I get the business side, but you're telling me that so really what Nintendo was banking on was ripping off 1 million people. They was banking on getting the money from 1 million people for a trash ass game that they couldn't take back.
Hey, buyers beware. Like you buy a game, there's good. Sometimes you get a good game. Sometimes you get a bad game. Hey, that's the luck of the draw. But you don't have the right to download the game and be like, oh, you know what? I don't like it. You don't have that right.
Dude, I dealt with that with IRK. I'm telling you, you remember I downloaded that fucking Bearish game and messed around.
And returned it.
No, I went out of town, bro.
Oh, that's on you.
And I didn't get
you
a
got
chance
30 minutes.
Look, I didn't get a chance to play. I didn't even go out of town. I had something happen. I went to the store or something. I got back and turned it on and was like, man, this trash. I went to return. It's like, you waited too long. I was like, I ain't even played it. I was like, if it's trash, I got stuck.
All right.
I got stuck with it.
I have a guest, and I'm only going to bring him on temporarily because I'm going to kick him out when we get to another subject. But this gentleman has some knowledge on emulation, and I want to, we had him on here before talking about this, so I think it's only fair to get his insight on it because he kind of alluded that this was going to happen in the long run.
Yeah,
because
he
again,
did.
Who got deep pockets? Nintendo would have wrapped this up for a couple of months, and hey, they're making $35,000 a month.
You remember that, Toxic? I was pissed. Toxic remembers that shit, and it happened almost live on air too. Like I was like, yo, this shit happened like right when I did it. It was crazy. I was like, this is the most piece of trash ass shit I ever had in my life. Okay, so with that being said, let's bring on my man, Oman Ruckus. What up, brother? What up?
My guys.
What's going on?
Sir, did you just come from the gym? I saw the guns over there. Like, what's going on there, bro? You over here wearing a Mad? You wearing a Mad Dad shirt? I see that. You got 2 sizes too small on you, bro. I see them arms.
No, man. I just it's been hot. It's hot today out here in Philly, man.
Okay. So, bro, we like we said, you said, and you alluded to it. Like, I think that this is going to be a win for Nintendo because of the money, and it seems like the lawyer said, "Listen, y'all going to be fighting for this for a while. You might as well just, take your losses and go home." So, what do you say to that?
I do. I told you so. I wish you could clip from last week because I told you this was going to happen, and it's not because Nintendo's in it right, because it's something you were saying that I gotta disagree with you on about how Nintendo was going after them, because you from the hood just like I am. The one thing we used to always buy in the hood is bootleg tapes and then bootleg DVDs before streaming, before piracy was as
always been out there.
I'm still doing that. I'm just doing it through apps now.
Oh yeah, because Plex and Kodi is real. But the big thing is, when those tapes were coming out, do they go after the VCRs? Did they go after the DVD players? No. What they did was they started strengthening DVD players. They came out with regions, and then with Blu-ray, they came out with Cinemark, which was when you start recording it in the theater. When you put it in a DVD player or certain Blu-ray players, it would just turn off. It would say this movie is protected. I've seen that happen, and I've even learned how to bypass that. But with certain things, that if people haven't realized, that's why PlayStation 3 is still updated, because it's not because they're trying to break any real firmware hacks, because they don't give a shit anymore. What they do is they update that Blu-ray player for the piracy aspect. It has nothing to do with whether they want to break the firmware, because they're not doing shit with PlayStation 3 anyway. But ultimately, even with Yuzu, did Nintendo actually win? Because last I checked, I just downloaded Yuzu, and that works just fine. So, I've seen Ryujinx. I've seen like 4 different brand new emulators pop up. Did Nintendo win anything? Did Nintendo, and Yuzu was open source on GitHub. What did Nintendo win? They got $2.4 million that they would have made on Zelda in 2 months. Okay, cool. But now, what happens when the next game comes out next month with a brand new emulator? That's now that new people are working on it, new things happen with it. It's going to work better. Same thing happened with Bleem. Did Sony win with Bleem? In the long run, possibly, because they took Bleem's ultimate source and improved on it for later systems, but Nintendo didn't win with Yuzu. Nintendo got
I would say that maybe Nintendo wanted to do one of two things: deter future people. Like some people are gonna be scared, like, no, man, I don't want to deal with that. Blah 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 blah. Some people are gonna deal with that, and the common thing that people are saying right now is that maybe they're trying to put out these little fires right now because they're coming out with the new system, and they just want to strike some fear into people that as the next shit comes out, they ain't gonna be playing that.
History has shown it doesn't work.
It doesn't
ever. It never. So if you go back to PlayStation 3, GeoHot, when they sued GeoHot and stopped him from doing everything else, that didn't stop Dark Alex. When they got Dark Alex, it didn't stop Wololo. When they got Wololo, Wololo came back, then you got the flow. You got, and then there's like 30 other people working in the background that you don't even know about. So even now with PlayStation Portal, the flow, Wololo, and a new guy, I don't remember the new guy's name, they just broke the portal. You know what I mean? You're not going to stop hacking. You're not going to stop piracy. What you do is the best way to stop piracy is to make piracy inconvenient. Yes. And the problem, and until Nintendo gets that point, is that, if you take Xbox Series X, you can hack an Xbox Series X. It's not that hard, but at the same time, there's no real point of it. Damn near everything is free on Game Pass, Game Pass is $14.99 a month. You're going to buy games whether you pirate or not. The
best deal out there.
So it's who wants to pirate Xbox when all their games you have a selection for $14.99. Movies, people still pirate movies because newer things that come out, and then when they come out on the web, what have you. But even still, it's still a lot easier just to Netflix something, to Hulu something. You'll still pay.
If you make it accessible for like. No longer people are probably going around trying to find Nintendo ROMs because they got everything on their little, Switch thing. So they probably, eliminated a lot of that stuff. But like you said, if you make it accessible to these people, there's always going to be a set of people that's never going to buy it. Like right now, the probably the biggest people that are really using the pirate is people that can't even afford the game, like little kids and stuff like that.
Dude, look at this. Look at Damien talking about his son. He got 4 terabytes. Dude, I got 24 terabytes on my server right now, dude. Like, and I'm still trying to, and I'm running RAID 0 at 24 terabytes. So that shows you, like,
RAID 0 at 24 terabytes.
Yeah,
that's one drive. What the hell?
Yeah,
crash and burn.
Yeah,
he's over here trying to be a networking shit.
Yeah.
I got a question for you guys. This wasn't on the topic, but because it's gaming related, I feel like this is a good topic to talk about. So I don't know if you heard, but Mr. Zadloff from the CEO of WB over there, HBO and all like that, he basically saying that no more are we going to be worried about, like, one-player games. Like, you're not going to see a game like Batman, Arkham, stuff like that from WB anymore. They're going straight into just live game to have those transactions and stuff like that. That's the way of the future. They want to keep that world going. Basically, they want to make that money. They want the next Harry Potter game that's always going to be going where you have to spend money. And you already see that happening with, like, Mortal Kombat 1. A lot of people saying that that's what's the downfall of that game. So do you think that this is the way of the future for gaming, or is this just much hype?
Both. I think, just in professional opinion, it's not going to last too long. Everybody's not going to be a Fortnite. Everybody's not going to be a Roblox. Everybody's not going to be Call of Duty Warzone. It takes, there's like 80 different games that do those games, and none of them are there. So it's not going to be something where you'll see in every game. I don't think WB has it, to be quite honest with you. I don't think WB is in a position to be able to make those statements and say they can do that because of Mortal Kombat 1, because of and also because of Hogwarts Legacy. Just in the quality of titles, there's two different spectrums. Mortal Kombat 1, and I love Mortal Kombat 1, by the way. It's one of my favorite games. Yep. But ultimately, the quality of Mortal Kombat 1 versus the quality of Hogwarts Legacy. Hogwarts Legacy is probably one of the greatest single-player games, for what it does. And it's not the greatest. It's not better than like a Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, but the quality of that title and the quality of Mortal Kombat 1 are two different scales. And Damian Deal would have just said it too. WB is holding back on MK Friend. They are. And they're holding back, it seems like, for financial gain, when ultimately it's not going to work that well in their favor. WB is not the people to do it right now.
So do you think it's better that they just sell it off? I think that's what they're going to do ultimately, is sell off the franchise. I think it would be better off in someone else's hands.
If they get what should happen, what I would hope personally happens, is NetherRealm Studios becomes their own developer and publisher. And to be quite honest with you, I think Ed Boon is now in a position to make that move. I think he's able to, and he's silent for a reason. Now, Ed Boon is one of my personal heroes. His legacy in the development world, things that things that I know just from being in the business. He's one of those guys that this isn't him. And people looking like Ed, coming at Ed Boon, it's like, I don't think you understand there's so much politics involved in Mortal Kombat 1 that the story right now is what's selling it, and that's what they need to probably should. And
it has the best storytelling in all of fighting games ever.
It does. And that's because of WB. They have WB writers. Now, if they stick to that aspect, that's great. But I think as a game itself, I think because of the amount of politics, if you really think about it, if you go back to maybe 3 years ago, there was a whole situation with leaked audio talking about Mortal Kombat 12. Is coming soon, and it was an investor thing, and that's where a lot of their money was coming from. So this wasn't a money thing. This was always a politics thing, and this was always going to be something. And that's never been Ed Boon's thing. Ed Boon put out Mortal Kombat Deception, put out Mortal Kombat. What was it? Not Annihilation. The one that came on Wii and
Shaolin Monks.
Not Shaolin Monks. It's the one before Mortal Kombat versus DC. Probably the worst one where you could create fatalities or what have you. Armageddon.
Armageddon, yeah.
That was the worst Mortal Kombat in the entire franchise. But he put that out, and it was a good game. If you ultimately look at the game itself, it was a good game. People just didn't like it. It was the worst in the franchise because people didn't like it, but it wasn't a bad game. Mortal Kombat 1, it came out a bad game. That was good. And the reason I say that is because if you look at what happened with the Switch port, if you look at what happened with the PC ports, it didn't have crossplay enabled, which should have been standard at that time. It was a lot of different things that happened within Mortal Kombat scope that was him. He was doing things because he loved to do it. And he ultimately put out a great story with it because he was able to continue. And even with Mortal Kombat 9 being a reboot, the whole premise of Mortal Kombat 9 was, this is all the shit that I did wrong. Let me do this right. And that's how that started. But if you look at Mortal Kombat 1 right now, it's a whole different story. This is not the Ed Boon we all know. And this is not the quality of work we're used to with him. Graphics are beautiful. The story is amazing. But the bugs, the inconsistencies between consoles, this isn't something we've seen out of him. And that's something.
You think that they're holding back on the budget because they've been doing a lot of budget cuts over there at Warner Brothers. Having movies that are already done and not releasing them to make get that tax cut. So they've been doing a lot of weird shit over there.
So of all people, that I've been the victim of mismanagement my entire gaming career, except for Unico, I've been the product of mismanagement everywhere. So it's like, I fully understand that there's a lot of mismanagement happening at the top. I'm not, I'm the CEO of Bash, but I'm not the CEO of a multi-million-dollar or multi-billion-dollar company. I'm the CEO of a $100 company. So it's like, I can't compare myself to what it is they go through. And that's where, for me, I see there's a lot of mismanagement because I see a lot of things that happen for me, but at the same time, I don't know what they go through. And I know.
But you have a lot of bureaucracy because there's a boss here. There's too many bosses, before you get to the end all.
Yeah, the politics is real, man. The politics is real with this stuff, man. It's just crazy.
Yeah.
Also, all people Jose Cuervo.
Okay. I got my Casa Amigos over there, but it's a work night, so I can't get into that.
Well, I just got finished drinking in Devon, so when we talked about mental health today, so this was needed today. we got a new member. Thank you.
So
what up?
I really don't know what's gonna happen. I really hope that the franchise is not dead, but maybe some changes need to be made. So Old Man Records, we're gonna take you off the screen because we gotta discuss something. But I want you to come back because we want to hear your side of things, but we want to dive into it without feeling that we got to hold back because you're here, and so you don't got to go home, but you got to get the hell up out of here.
Hey, bro,
right, brother.
Thank you for coming by, man. Always, bro.
Got you.
Yo, man, love your views, baby.
So now, I don't know if you've been under a rock, but I was on Twitter, bro.
Yeah.
Twitter's I don't watch television and shit. I go on Twitter, or X as they call it now.
X.
And I was here. A video came out by a guy I watch. My man, Smash JT. Now, Smash JT, he did a video basically shitting on Bash Gaming and the Bash Box.
Yeah.
Now, I think from what I saw, he's still real sour about the Amico and what happened with the Amico. And he's saying, this looks very familiar to what happened with the Amico and the CEO giving a bunch of promises and blase. Now, I can understand his concern because of what happened to him.
Yeah.
But I don't think he's done enough research to know about the company and the ideas and the things that they want to do, right?
Okay.
But I think what he's thinking is like, he's having these little YouTubers basically prop up this product before it's even out and trying to get people excited about it. Now, again, Smash JT is well within his rights to have a criticism. Like,
he has his own opinion. Everybody's allowed to have their own opinion.
Damon did a video, maybe a few weeks ago, and I think he did it very tasteful. He was, he didn't go personal. He was like, I just think that this is a bunch of hype. There's other ways to play this stuff, X, Y, Z. And so I give credit where credit is due. Damon had an opinion. He did it tastefully. And whether I agree or disagree with what he said, I respect the way he came about it. Okay. I think personally that Smash JT is just real butthurt about the whole Amico thing. And I think he's using this to leverage his channel. I mean, it's not going to be huge because Bash in itself is not huge right now. However, I think he's trying to get ahead of the game and trying to start some shit. And hey, he's a YouTuber. He wants to get views. He wants to get clicks. So drama does that.
Of course.
Right?
Of course. Yeah.
And so I think that's what his angle is. And he wants to stir the shit. Now, personally, like the things that he was saying, I don't necessarily agree with it. And I don't think, again, he doesn't know the mission statement that I think that Bash Gaming is coming with. And he doesn't know about the exclusive games that, Bash Gaming is coming. He doesn't know about the conversations that are taking place. And I think he's just saying, well, I heard that before. I heard the CEO of Amico say, oh, these games are coming. I'm having conversations.
This is the difference, though. You ready?
Go ahead.
When they were doing this thing with Amico, they weren't actually working with anybody on any code. You have somebody that has been working with these companies, that has gained their respect, that has gained their trust, so that trust them with their IPs and trust them with their babies. So
you're 100% right, and I think that's why I don't think he did that research to know that.
Yeah, so I mean, so you're it's like an apples and oranges type of situation. I can sit here and talk about, like what good is for me to sit here and talk about. Let me get it to you. I can sit here all day and tell you, hey man, Mark Zuckerberg sucks because he bought a Koenigsegg, man. That Koenigsegg, it sucks, man. You know what I'm saying? That car, man. I don't know why, why he would invest in the company and why he would try to come out with anything or partner with them, blah, blah, blah. But truth be told, bro, I can't afford a Koenigsegg, and I ain't never did none of the research to try to understand how no Koenigsegg work. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got $3 million to go put on no car. I might have, I got Hyundai, Kia Stinger, but I ain't got no Koenigsegg. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot different. Just because I can buy a used Porsche, don't put me in Koenigsegg territory. It's completely different, right? And the same thing here with games. You got somebody who love gaming. Okay, it's a genre. It's a genre.
He's an actual gamer. He's not just in it for the money.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You had somebody like Jung, but then you had somebody who not only loves gaming, but they understand the code and they understand the business. And this is the person this is a group.
And he can leverage those relationships that he has in the gaming industry to do things that other people can't do.
That's what you have to do.
Now, one of the things that Smash JT criticized them about was like, well, now you're taking people's money for these pre-orders. You don't have anything existing. It was $250, but he said, you know what? You know what? I hear you, and I'm gonna fix that. And he brought it down to $1.
$1.
So, I mean, if he's not listening to the people, then I don't know what is. And so you gotta give him credit where credit is due. He did that. Now, also another argument that he pointed out was that, well, you can buy the guts of this stuff and do this yourself, and it would be a fraction of the cost.
Yeah.
Isn't that with anything, to be quite honest with you?
Yeah.
You can do it, but you're paying for the development, you're paying for the plug and play aspect. Because I don't know you, but I know for me, I wanted plug and play because I ain't got the time to do that shit. Yeah. I work a 9 to 5, and when I get home, I don't want to be doing 2 hours, 3 hours. That's why people like Bobby Vu and all these people exist, because they make it easier for us.
I got one for you though. So that's how I started. That's how me and Mad Dash and you and I, all of us met, was because we was doing all this development and we was building out all these games and we was doing all the modding and we was doing the hacking.
You get tired of that shit.
Dude, I don't have time, bro. I don't have the time for this shit, bro. I just like, I would rather just right now, like we keep talking about it. We come back to this all the time. My pinball machine, my Legends pinball machine that I bought all these hours. It looks beautiful. It plays, but I got a whole drawer full of haptics, dude. I've replaced the guts of this thing. I've had the stuff for the haptics in the drawer for 2 years. I looked through my Amazon account for when I bought all this shit. I was like, damn, I feel bad because I bought this shit 2 years ago, bro. I still ain't. It's all in the box. I could pause the screen right now and go pull out a whole basket full of this shit, bro, because I don't have time. So I commend Bash, man. Look, my thing is that you're putting out a decent product, man, a product that people want. If they didn't want it, then they wouldn't be ordering it. There wouldn't be a need for it.
There's always a need to make something easier for us. Like, trust me, I want plug and play.
Yeah.
When you first get into this hobby, you have like I remember when I first got the arcade one up. I gutted the first arcade one up. I did all this. I put the pie. I was so hype about doing all that.
You didn't even buy it to play it. When I got my first one, I think I turned it on one time, and I did
it, and then I was like this. Okay, I'm done, and I'll never have to do it again. And everything else was stopped after that because I wanted plug and play. So yes, there's a segment of the audience that will do that stuff. This product is not for you. This product is not for you. But there's a large audience that are our age that has dispendable income that says, you know what? I want to just be able to plug and play and make this. That's why the retro shooter exists.
Yeah.
No one said nothing about the retro shooter. Like you can collect all those games. You can get a gun and do all this. But it exists because people want plug and play.
I still want to buy it. I ain't gonna lie, I ain't bought it yet, and I still want to buy it. Just for the hell of it, dude. Like, why not? I mean, it basically gave you every shooter game that you wanted. And
you don't gotta do shit about it? You just plug it in and it works?
You can put it on a TV, a computer, you can put it on with anything that has an input.
See? Like you can gotta send it and do that, but then you gotta tinker with that shit, make sure this game works this way, this game don't work this way. You gotta figure out that shit. I don't wanna do that.
Yeah, Chris.
Hey,
look what Chris said. Poor Chris is coming up. Talking about dude, when I saw that stuff, hey, look, I was I can't even think about the company. I think it's Retro Arcades or something out of Australia, right? Yeah. So I did some work with them. I did some stuff with them a while back. And I was just talking to one of the owners, man. I was like, yo, man, he was building these awesome ass shooter casts. I was like, man, I want one of those, man. I was like, I want one, man. Go there and put me down. Hey, look, this show you how, you know what I think when you think you got that money, right? I was like, hey, man, go there. Hey, wrap that bitch up, man. Hey, man, I want it. Go there. Hey.
He said, oh, he said, oh, is this the price? He said, oh, I didn't tell you about the shipping, too.
No, I didn't even see the price because I'm thinking it's going to be like maybe $1,500 to $2,500. He was like, yeah, man. He said, I'm gonna start you out, man. So I'm gonna give you, he said, Mike, man, because you my boy, man. I'm gonna give you the mid-grade package, man. We're gonna be $4,600. And then we get through with the shipping and everything, it'll be like, like close to 52, 53. I said, what?
You said, huh? What you say, what?
Did you just say a small car?
he said, where's the ignition on that bitch?
I was like, nah, you keep that.
So since we're talking about this, and I want to have the man here now that we've aired out our grievances and said what we felt. I want Bill on here so he can speak to it because this is the man behind the thing, and hey, I want to give him a platform.
Come on and talk about it.
Let's bring Bill back. Bill, you heard what we had to say. We don't.
Oh, he get.
He said he's getting his spinach. He said let me get my spinach on because he got something to say.
Let me go ahead first. Start from the beginning. So, I've had this problem with two different YouTubers. We start with Rexer. I went through it with Rexer. Now, Rexer was undeserved. Rexer's opinion was honest, and at the time, his assessment was fair. He hit me at the wrong. It got me at the wrong time. My triggers are not.
You're only human. You're only human.
Yeah. I want to go on record. I don't have to like the guy. It's a mutual respect right now, and because I do respect the things he does, and I've gone on record and apologized to him multiple times. So I'm not going back down that road. But at the same time, I came at him wrong. I went to Rexer wrong. I went personal to Rexer. And that was the wrong way to do it. Now, Damian Deal With It did a video similar to Rexer. And I disagree fully with his video too. But I do agree on one thing he said, and that's where I've been kind of, running with is the Ouya 2.0, comparison. Smash JT is a little bit different. Smash JT's felt personal because he literally called me a scam. He said, his guy is doing the same thing Tommy Tallarico did. You don't see you doing this, that, and third. Like, dude. You telling me to read the room, but you live in a room, but you have no idea who I am. Where the hell you been? Exactly. You know what I mean? It's like I don't think you've understand. I've put out devices many times in this community. I've never once scammed the community, and I don't know if he realizes this or not. But I even told him I didn't I don't take money for this shit. He was like, but you got pre-orders up for full price. I said, because I have pre-orders up, I'm taking pre-orders. If you don't want to buy it, you don't have to buy it. You know what I mean? Because I don't require, I'm not waiting on people to buy this product before I start shipping it. You know what I mean? Because I will give him the fact that what Intellivision did to him was messed up. And what Intellivision did to what everybody was messed up. But the difference between me and Intellivision is that I didn't take any Kickstarter money. I didn't take any investor money. UAG, you know me, outside of UAG and Old Man Ruckus, Nick and Bill are friends. You know what I mean? This isn't just online stuff. We're friends. And this is, you know, I've been talking to you about wanting to do my own console since 2022. That's when we first started having these conversations. And then, you know, I was working with iArcade. And even after iArcade went down and they owed us money and they owed other developers money, we still took care of the iArcade community.
You still supported without getting the check that you was owed. You were still supporting. That's the crazy part. A lot of people that said, you know what, fuck this. I'm out. You ain't pay me, but you kept on supporting because you cared about the community.
So let's go back to my beginnings in this realm with the MVSX, and even before the MVSX, the ASP. You know, the ASP is where it got me noticed, and the MVSX is where I got my start. I still hacked that shit. I was working for the place. I still put out the idle stick. You know what I mean? This wasn't so. I got in a lot of trouble for it. Cool, but that really, even getting in trouble built the relationship with me and John D. So it's like, you know what I mean? That was Rex, and I feel like that was Rex's problem with me too, because you know him and John D has problems personally and professionally, and that's okay because those experiences are not mine. Me and John D talked after that. We had a lot of talks. He did some crazy shit back then, but today, even literally yesterday, you know what I mean? Me and him talking, you know, we work the way we work. But in this community, I've never done anything in this community that I didn't feel was either, you know, for above the community ground, or, you know, something. I never tried to take, you know, in this business, again, I say this, I always say I'm the CEO of a $100 company. That's because I literally have $100 in my pocket. But it's that we didn't take any money for this. And then even then, he was like, you know, you can just go buy this board from AliExpress. You can't. I spent 6 months of my life learning how to design a PCB for this reason. This board wasn't going to initially have a 3588. It was going to have a Snapdragon in it. But at the time, in order for it to have a Snapdragon, to be able to sell it at cost, I would still have to charge people $500. And I didn't think people want to pay that, especially when the MetaQuest 3 was on the way here for around the same amount of money. So it's like, you can either get this VR headset, or you can get this from this random guy. And that's how I felt. So it was like, okay, I'll keep it at a 250, more palatable, you know, this range. And the only reason it's 250 is because I got to pay everybody their stuff. I'm not making a lot of money. I might make $1 or $2 off of this each unit. And that's
research and development costs.
Yeah,
research and development costs.
The Bash OS, the BPK file structure, you know, and the overall what happens in the Bash. It's not just with Bash and with the with Unico's global match. You know what I mean? It's not just something I just said, okay, I'm going to give you guys an orange pie and let you put whatever you want on there. I'm going to give you guys a complete product. If you still want to put what you want on there, not only can you put what you want, but I have additional ports for you to do different things. That's why NIX, Jeff Bittner, he actually, you know, I got him one out. He started working with every single slot. You know, you've seen the board before. So it's like you've seen all the slots that's there for different tools, different things to do because of people like him who want to tinker around with things like that too. You can't get that on the Rock 5 or Orange 5 board. And if you want an Orange 5 board just to play Battle Sarah, you know, Hyperspin or what have you, go buy that because that's what that's for. I'm not building an emulation machine. I'm building a machine that can play emulators. And most devices out there, my PlayStation 5 plays emulators. So it's that any device out there can play emulation if you really wanted to. At the same time, right now, the Bash box is running underneath my Atari because, you know, I was working on Driver's Edge, testing that out with Ryan. But, you know, we spent a lot of time, we spent a lot of money making this happen. You know, I spent a lot of time convincing people. I spent a lot of time and money on licensors. You know what I mean? So it's that it's a lot of work that went into this. That just says, okay, cool. If you want to go buy an Orange Pie, go buy an Orange Pie. And that's the thing that kept bothering me about him. Everybody was like, oh, he's a good guy. He's a good guy. He's not coming off to me like a good guy. He's coming off to me like this is personal. Like I took his money. I didn't take none of your money. And his friend was the one who suggested, you know, if you really believe, if you mean what you say, about you not needing people's money to ship the product. Why don't you put down a $1 hold? I said, initially I couldn't do something like that. I tried to do like 25% or something with well, he didn't say like a $1 hold. I came up with $1 hold, but it was I tried to do like 25% initially when I had GoDaddy payments, and they flagged me as fraud because I had up there that the whole price is $24.99. When I switched over to PayPal, and I switched to PayPal because PayPal does this thing where they have like a PayPal credit, then they have PayPal buy in for. There's different options with that too.
Yeah.
But there's buyer protection, and no matter what, they'll give you your money back, and they'll hit me with it later, and I'll get in trouble. So it puts the onus on me to make sure you have a good product or not. It puts a lot of risk on my end, and I'm cool with that because I feel like the product will speak for itself. And even with that, he was like, why don't you just put a hold fee instead of taking all the money up front? I changed the hold fees for $1. And that my pre-order skyrocketed. So I was like, holy fuck, I got to work on the servers. I have servers for this. I don't think people understand. I have an update server. I have 3 multiplayer servers. Then I have a store server that, because the store is not coming, with the first update, but it's definitely coming. I got to have a place for this stuff to be secure. I have, Bash OS itself. We have our, for games that are Bash specific, they're in BPK files. So, you have to have a Bash box in order to install them. You can't just install them in a regular Android. And that's more for, licensor and for indie dev protections. I got indie devs right now who I'm cutting checks to so they can make sure they have what they have a platform for this stuff. I've seen people say that, indie devs, they can thrive now because I see their stuff on Steam. I see their stuff on Xbox Game Pass. You see stuff like Pow World. You see stuff like Vampire Saviors. You see stuff by people with still hundreds of thousands to millions of dollars of money. But what you don't see is like what I showed you, Street Step Basketball, before I put it up. That guy, that game is amazing. That's a super dope basketball game. That
I was digging it.
Yeah, that's a super dope basketball game that he had no downloads on Steam for, and the game's up for $1. The game right now costs a couple dollars on Steam. I was like, look, let me give you a few grand to make this happen on the Bash box. And for other developers, I'm doing the same thing, like giving these guys who don't have a way to make a platform. Yeah, if you look on Steam right now, there's millions of games, and you'll see a lot of indie titles get a lot of stuff up there. But what you don't see is
they kind of get lost though. They get lost because there's so many titles on there.
Among Us,
a random person has to find it, and then that's when everybody hits it.
That's when it always happens. Among Us is the perfect example of that. They were going to make Among Us 2 because Among Us 1 wasn't selling until a random YouTuber happened to find it one day. It was like, holy shit, this game is dope. And then it took off. That was luck. And it's not because Among Us is a bad game. Among Us is one of the greatest games in our generation for that, for this specific genre, but it wasn't found. It wasn't until that one YouTuber happened to come. It's just like the Keith Lee effect, to be honest with you, where he goes around to those food trucks and everything, and he makes these guys famous with just saying, hey, this food is good.
Hey man, same thing happened to me. I had never heard, like I was out playing all these indie games and playing this stuff, man, and somebody just mentioned, I think I was dealing with Farrell, and he was talking about playing like Shovel Knight, and I was like, I never heard of Shovel Knight, right? I'm a gamer, but I had never heard of it. Yep. So I go out there and find out this one game has multiple games. It's been featured in other games and all this. And it's
what's that cartoon game that you like that has a series that was coming out on Netflix? The one that looks like an old school cartoon. Cuphead.
Oh, I love that game, man. I was going when Cuphead came out, I was like.
And I think that's one of those kind of games, like, sometimes you just lightning in a bottle, and you just got to be at the right place at the right time. But I think, Bill, you giving the opportunity to some of these smaller indies that just don't have the, can't stand out, right?
Yeah.
You giving them that ability. You never know. Like, it could be lightning in a bottle for one of them, and for you, for that matter. Like,
it's crazy. That was another thing Smash JT kept saying, is that these guys made these moves and they got, eventually developers got screwed. All the developers I've worked with are getting money up front. And when the store time comes, I'm the only I'm the only platform that's ever said you guys are going to get 90% instead of it's a standard 7.
Instead of the 30%.
Yeah, it's so the 30%. Let's say iArcade. Let's take my deals for example. iArcade we get 30%. I would get 70%, and even then, it still got to pay taxes on it. So it's like, then with games like Time Kills Bloodstorm, at the time I had to pay ITS. So out of those games that I was selling, I was still cutting those prices. I don't know if people remember, but at iArcade, the only games that really got price cuts outside of sales were Bash games. I cut bowling down. When Tank Bash got leaked, I increased the server space. All of our games were not only the best-selling games before they got the price cuts, but the only games that get price cuts. And it's because as long as I paid ITS what they were supposed to get, we were good. I didn't care about making money. People were happy about what they were doing. Prince Malcolm was right. Ninja Squad is actually a super dope game. But
we got to check it out. Thank you for the donation.
Hey man, like I just said in there, hey Prince, what's going on, brother? I just said, man, I'm about to go check it out. I'll check it out now, man. I'm gonna check it out in a few minutes, man. So when people, I love. Want me to tell you why? Want to tell you why I love the fact that why you did the Bash Box is this right here, is that quality gaming. So it's any, like you just said, we can go on Steam and you got millions and millions of games. But when you have somebody who understands the architecture, how games are supposed to play, and is determined.
He's more like curating a list for us.
Yeah, it's a curated list. It's like, hey, I'm gonna allow these titles to be here because they are proven. They it's something to them, right? Because anybody can put just anything out there. If that's the case, then it would be no need for you to put something out. So I appreciate it, and I'm gonna jump on it.
Google Play, and if you could breathe, they'll let you put an app or game or anything like that on there.
That was another thing he kept saying, is that all the games sound like shovelware. You've never seen them before. Maybe they are shovelware to you. Then the Bash Box ain't for you. And that was my whole thing, is that, like, dude, you gave Intellivision $10,000. That's not a insignificant amount of money. It's a lot of money to some people, and it's a lot of money to me. You know what I mean? $10,000 is a lot. If he'd have gave me $10,000, I would have everybody with Bash Boxes. Every indie dev would have got paid. The things that Prince Malcolm would have done with this $10,000 check. Because if he hands it to me, I'm handing it to Prince. Say, Prince, make sure this goes right, because I will fuck up the money. But you know what I mean? That's why I have a team, because so you guys understand. Even my house dynamic, my wife handles my money. You know what I mean? I'm kind of old school. You know what I mean? Back in the days when Grandpa gave the wife the money, because he made the bacon, the wife cooked it. She made sure the house is there. You know what I mean? I have this space because my wife is good with handling my money. And to that credit, I credit her with all that. But, I make sure I got money for me. I can take care of my needs. But ultimately, you know what I mean? It's that if he'd have gave Bash $10,000, not only with more people have had Bash Boxes, I would have given some away. I would have made sure he had his. I would have made sure new developers came on. I would have been paying developers. I would have, that $10,000 would have got spent on development. And I'm not asking him for $10,000, by the way. I don't ask nobody for money with this one. I mean, if I can get investment, I have no idea even how to get investments, to be quite honest with you. But with something like this, a $10,000 thing for Bash versus
go a long way.
Exactly. Intellivision didn't necessarily need $10,000. Speaking of devil, this is my wife right here. Wife, I'm still on stream with the guys. Say hi to Nick and all that.
Hello.
All right, we're going to call you back. I was actually talking about you. That's why I thought you was calling me. Bye. So, I mean, with something like the $10,000 that he gave to Intellivision when they had millions versus guys like us, where $10,000 would go a super long way. I understand why he's pissed off. I understand why he's mad. I understand why
but it's a personal thing in that matter, because I think that once you get burnt like that, you look at everybody side-eyed and think the worst of people. And like I said, he's criticism where criticism is due. Like he has the right for that. But I just think it felt like he didn't give you a fighting chance.
That's why
I don't think it was founded.
I apologize to Rexer. because Rexer wasn't unfair, to be quite honest with you. I do feel like there's a hype train to throw Bash down. Okay, cool, because that's where you get your haters, and you don't get lovers without haters. You know what I mean? Damian deal with the same thing. You know what I mean? He didn't come off disrespectful. You know what I mean? He said, look, I've seen this product before. I've seen this movie before. You know what I mean? It seems like something that's going to go in that same drain. It's somebody I got to win over. That's why I didn't come to him differently. Plus, he came at me, we came to a different place. Smash AT is a little bit different. That was, to me, seemed personal because of something that happened to you. I didn't take your money. You know what I mean? I don't take people's money. And when he said, well, you're taking full price for these pre-orders. Okay. What do you know what I mean? You don't want me to take full. And that's where his guy came in, was like, well, because I kept explaining, I don't need your money to ship these products. These products are already on the way. They're coming to me. I'm just finalizing some things. The only reason they're not in my possession right now is because me and Ryan are still working some things out in the OS. And I talk about, I'm constantly transparent with
when is this game supposed to be out? When is this unit supposed to be out?
So we got over there is the retail board, and that's why it's close now. So the review units are ready to start coming out pretty soon. It's just that I got to fix the OS. We got to fix our containers. And we got to make sure the updates work, because right now updates don't work unless I flash it. That's why reviewers don't have it. I want to make sure when reviewers have it, they have something in their hands that's playable, that's representative, or at least full, at least something close to what the production is going to be. And even get some feedback from them, because I'm constantly listening to community about how to fix things. So this is a constantly evolving thing. And this is my first complete go at making my own console without Unicode, without @games, without Arcade 1-Up. So this is my first go on my own, and I'm trying to make that
right on, Toxin. Right on, Toxin.
Dude, Arcade said he wants to, possibly get that to swap it out and use it in his Arcade 1-Ups. So, so there's a lot of usage for that. You could put it in the Nova Blast. You could put it in. You could use it as a personal PC, almost like. So it's some cool things that you could definitely do with it, and I see it again. This is not for every, and I think this is where the point that he missed, and I want to end it on this. This product is not for everybody, but it is a product that is needed, because there's people like me, there's people like MGK. There's people like Toxin. There's people like Bill. Well, Bill may be on both sides, right? Bill still has time to tinker. But for me, I've been there, I've done that, and I'm done.
I'm done.
And I'm done. And I just want to come home, plug it in, have it to work the way it's supposed to. And that's it. And I think that's where I think he missed the point, is that this product may not be for him. He may be, have the time to tinker and do all this and do all that. Or like freaking, Damien. Damien likes to do dumb shit like that. And more power to him.
You want to know some real shit? If he really has that issue with Amico, I'll tell you what to do. Buy a Bash box. I'll tell you why. There's an Amico app on Google Play right now that's been there forever. I talked to Phil Adam. He's making Amico controllers. You can use your phone also as an Amico controller on top of the Bashbox controller. Just works. You can right now have an Amico system with a phone. You know what I mean? It's not the system that you thought you were getting, but the Amico games are there. I talked to Phil Adam too. It was like, hey, why don't you talk to, those guys who are from Jim? Why don't you do a couple of things from there? I can't go into everything that me and him talked about, but understand the Amico at Home app is right there on Google Play. They still have something that they don't market it, they don't talk about it, but there's an actually Amico app right now.
Since IRK is no longer, I've been spilling the beans about everything I know, so fuck it. IRK had conversations of buying the Amico library.
Yeah, where's that? I told him I can't buy the Amico library, but what I can do is support it where I can, because right now I got on my Bash box right now. I got the Amico app. I got the companion controller on my phone. and it's like the same. It's not the same thing as their little touchpad thing, but it does give me a same experience. Like for games like Missile Command and stuff like that. I bought it full price. You know what I mean? It's not something they just gave me. I didn't give me no free keys, nothing like that. I bought the game, and I'm able to play it on the Bash box, and it's dope. So, and it's not specific to the Bash box. So I don't seem like it's like an exclusive or anything. It's just that it's on Google Play. They don't advertise it, and it's dope. It's that Missile Command from the Miko is one of the greatest. I don't know why they don't market it.
Is it similar to like the Recharge series?
Yeah, actually, it's a lot like that. But there's like when you use your phone, there's like a special thing. There's like a few different things you can do with it that I think they were trying to do with this console itself. So if you want to have that Amico experience, just buy a Bash box and download the Amico app. And I'm talking. And the more people,
2 for 1.
If more people download it, even if you don't,
great.
If you still want that, then buy your Orange Pi, throw Android on it, and then get the Amico at Home app. You know what I mean? Because you can put Google Apps on a Android if you really want to do it. You don't have to do Google Play certification like I went through. I had to because I'm selling this, commercially. But if you just get an Orange Pi, you want to do that. You want the Amico app, get a cell phone or a tablet, download Missile Command. It's $14.99 and play it that way.
Bill, we're headed now, so we're gonna let you go. But thank you so much for stopping by, man. We appreciate you.
Of course.
Hey,
we love you.
Hey, hey, man, appreciate you. I am picking it up. I'm letting you know, man. I'm in the port.
I already told him I'm putting in my order. So
also for everybody watching, so this was a question brought to me before that because people when they get pre-orders from Amazon, when it's time to ship, they just take it out your account. That's not what we're doing. When it's time to ship and it's your turn, I'm going to send you an invoice. You pay when you're ready to pay. If you don't want to pay, your machine's going to go to somebody else. And then until it's time to get there. It's not like we're going to run out. It's not like there's going to be a limited edition. I might only have like a first wave, but then the next wave is going to come because I'm getting the people I'm getting them from. They're just going to keep coming. So it's, if you want one, you'll get one. And if you want one to, when you want it, you get it when you want it. You pay your $1 down to get your name on the list, essentially, and then when it's your turn to go, you pay the rest of the money when you're ready to pay it. I'm not taking your money until you're ready to get this product.
Much respect. I like that. I like that. I don't like no surprises. I like surprises.
I hate
what
that.
happened?
Everybody hates that. So I want to make it known. You'll get an invoice when it's your time to get your ship to you.
Because you know who's the worst at that? I think Target. They're like playing with your shit. They take the money, then they give it back, then they take the money, then they give it back, and then finally
it was on hold. It's on hold. It's back ordered. It's
right. This, that. You take this money. Just take it and leave me alone.
$1 will come out of your account until it's time to ship. If you don't want one, you can get a refund of your $1. It's not that serious. It's very low stakes. If you want a Bash box, if you want to pre-order it now, cool. You put your $1 down. When it's time to start shipping them all, then I'm going to start.
Where can they go to get this Bash box, man?
BashGameStudio.com. It's $249.99 plus shipping, but you only have to put $1 down as a whole. I am not taking all your money until after it's time to ship. So, and also for the people who did pay full price, I'm working on like a backer or founder reward system because I don't want people to feel slighted. I don't want people to slight it. People like Toxin actually got his full price, a while ago. I want to make sure people who supported me get appreciated. So I'm working on something for those guys too. I just don't know what it is yet because I'm new at this. So I'm offering I'm taking suggestions.
We'll send you some. Let
me tell you something, man. I'm gonna tell you though, this controller looks pretty dope too, man. I like it. So
it's not an AliExpress controller, which is what people
no, it looks dope.
It's a Unico controller. It's definitely
first of all, we want to appreciate you for stopping by, coming through. But the next time you come in, make sure you wear a shirt your size. We appreciate you.
Whoa.
Thank you so much.
I'm wearing wife beater next time.
No, we don't do that.
We already got one person to do that. No, you can't do that.
All right. Peace out, brother. That was Bill, and I always appreciate him coming in. It was good to have some insight on the business aspect, knowing shit about the emulation, and then his own company and getting the other side of the story. Dude, so man, you take it as what you will, but we wanted to give both sides of the story because Smash JT has a big channel. His thing is out there, but Bill being a little smaller, his message me and I come across. I wanted to give him a platform to do that, and then tell you our point of view and MGK, man, right?
Yeah. Hey, man, I can't wait. My things, man, I like supporting people, man, who keep it 100, man. My thing is that, like I said, we game, bro. So we either go buy games from somebody here, there, wherever, man. So, man, I'd rather support somebody who really trying to, like you just said, you can't beat the fact that you have somebody who understands gaming and understands how to filter and curate a list of dope games that people in this genre actually want to play. I just don't see him, unless it just gets to a point where it's about the money. I don't see him allowing trash to get on this system, bro. You
got to remember, he's a smaller company, right? So that's going to either elevate the brand or tarnish the brand. And so he's trying to make sure that he makes the right decisions to make the brand go up. And again, I like his thought process. He's a natural gamer. He knows the issues that we dealt with in terms of gaming and stuff like that. So I appreciate his thought, and I'm hoping that it is successful. And the proof is in the pudding. We're gonna get the units, and we're gonna put it through the test, and we're gonna say, hey, this ain't right. You need to fix this. Yeah, and he'll listen or he won't. But I've known him to always listen
we gonna get these things, and once we get them, man, we're gonna be talking about them on the show. So it don't make a difference. We gonna have him on the show. We gonna be able to tell them straight up, hey, look, I love it. Or I love it.
One thing, we're gonna be like, listen, that UI better be nice. Yeah. But I've seen his work. So I'm not too scared. But
don't hit me with no.
I ain't afraid to tell him, yo, this is shit, bro.
Yeah, don't hit me with no at games.
Nah. So yeah, man, that's the show. We wanted to give a little stuff a little different, man. And so that's it, man. So I appreciate you stopping by. I love everybody.
Prince Malcolm, appreciate that, man. I got it while we was on the show, baby. I picked it up.
Yeah, we got. I'll look at the show notes because I got to make sure I get that game because Prince Malcolm, I respect his thing because he put me on to a couple of games that I would have never, touched on. So I appreciate his thing on that.
Bro, you see you getting that love. You see you getting that love in the crowd, baby. You getting that love.
Love you. Now, bro. You you gotta take us out, so go ahead.
Listen, people. My gaming community. You could be anywhere in the world, but you're right here with us, and we love you for it. So thank you so much. Good night. Salud. We love you.
Peace out, guys.
Look at me. What about me would make you think that I care about your opinion of me? Your opinion of me is not the opinion that I have of myself. You ain't make me, so you can't break me. You didn't build me, so you can't kill me. You know what? God established me, so you ain't nothing you could do to me. I've been him. I've been a difference maker, a game changer. I've been that guy. So what will change? Not a darn thing. I'm not even playing the game, and you got an opinion of me. I love it, but I don't care. And I wish the world thought like that. Youngsters, if you're out there right now, do not give a darn what opinion people have of you, long as that opinion is not consistent of that of yourself. You be you. I'm not planning to make you feel good about me. I already feel good about me. I'm good. Message for the youngsters out there and the old school. Not